How to select and implement health and safety software, a short digital course designed for today's safety leaders. Lesson 1, what this course will cover. Hello and welcome. This mini course is designed to help safety leaders just like you confidently select and implement health and safety software. For many organisations, safety systems have grown over time. Spreadsheets, paper forms, email trails, and even digital tools like Microsoft Forms, they all do a job but don't quite work together. And when the time comes to move to something which is more modern and better suited to your needs, it can feel daunting. Maybe you've never bought software before, or maybe you have, but you're not sure how to make the case for it internally. You might not even know what good looks like or where to start. That's exactly what this course is here to help with. We'll guide you step by step, from understanding what you need to finding the right solution, building internal buy-in, and rolling it out in a way that actually engages your team. Across 5 modules and 12 short lessons, we'll walk through common challenges, offer practical tips, and help you feel confident, not just in choosing the right software, but in making it stick. You'll hear from different members of our team, each sharing insights that come from working with hundreds of organisations going through the same journey. So, whether you're replacing an outdated system or digitising for the first time, we've got you covered. Let's get started.
Hello, I'm Callum Greaves and I'm the Head of Marketing here at Notified Technology. In this next lesson, we're going to look at why health and safety software is not just a nice to have, but critical to ensuring safe and efficient operations across your business. So let's look at why health and safety software really matters. First, the reality. Safety incidents happen every day. In the UK, every 3 days, one person is fatally injured at work and 500 more are seriously hurt. The financial impact is huge too. In recent years, workplace injuries and new cases of work-related ill health cost 21.6 billion and led to over 33 million lost working days. These aren't just statistics, they represent real people, real businesses, and a real need to prioritise the safety and well-being of everyone. When organisations face this challenge, many start by patching together their own safety systems, often including spreadsheets, email chains, and Microsoft Forms. At first, these might feel workable, but over time, these manual systems cost you time, increase the risk of errors, and make it far too easy for data and learning opportunities to slip through the cracks. Near misses often go unreported, corrective actions aren't tracked effectively, and data becomes scattered, making it hard to analyse trends or prove compliance to regulators. That's where purpose-built health and safety software comes in. The right system helps you act faster, spot risks before they escalate, and they help you drive a positive and proactive safety culture. It gives you the insights you need to protect your people and your operations, as well as helping you stay compliant. And make no mistake, the bar is definitely rising with growing expectations from clients, auditors, and insurers. Many of your peers and your competitors are already investing in health and safety software. In some industries, it's becoming a condition for staying in the supply chain. If you can't demonstrate that you're managing safety as well as or better than your competitors, you risk being left behind or pushed out of business. In short, health and safety software isn't about ticking boxes. Investing in it now will help protect your people, your business, and your peace of mind.
Lesson 3. Defining success criteria. Now that we've explored why health and safety software matters, we need to get clear on what success looks like for your business. Most organisations fall into one of 3 categories: reactive, compliant, or proactive. A reactive organisation only acts after something has happened, like an incident, a non-conformance report, or a fine. A compliant organisation does what's required, so they do checklists and audits and policies, but often they're done manually across an array of different spreadsheets, documents, and forms. A proactive organisation uses technology to prevent these things from happening in the first place. They use it to engage people on the front line, to track data in real time, and help them uncover risks that might be hidden away in their business. So to put it simply, reactive organisations focus on what already happened, while proactive organisations focus on what hasn't happened yet, so that they can stop incidents before they even occur. The goal for most organisations is to move from reactive to proactive, and the right digital tools will help you make that transition. So here's a simple 3-step process to help you do that. Step 1. Establish your baseline. Start by looking at how things work right now and ask yourself the following questions. Are you already capturing good safety-related insights from your workforce on the front line? Are any safety observations and reports coming from a wide range of stakeholders, or are they just coming from the same small group of people? Do you track recognised KPIs like lost time incident frequency rate or accident frequency rate? And if you do, what do these frequency rates tell you about your business? How much time do you and your team spend inputting, checking, and reporting on safety data? Can you see and evaluate your safety performance all in one place? Can you compare sites or departments to prioritise safety improvements? How much time goes into gathering evidence, compiling claims, and demonstrating compliance for audit? Do you have a clear, reliable audit trail to prove that your people are working safely? Conduct a quick audit of your current processes to answer these questions. Know what's working, what's missing, and where the biggest challenges are for your team. Step 2. Consider your digital maturity. Think about your organisation's readiness to go fully digital. How comfortable is your team with new software? What training and support are they going to need? What sort of functionality is essential in any new software that you introduce? Which standards or regulations does it need to support? For example, ISO 45001. This is often where homegrown in-house systems fall short because they don't support strict sign-off and approval workflows. Step 3, define success. Finally, you need to set clear success criteria. Ask yourself, in 12 months' time, how are we going to know whether this project worked or not? For example, do you want to see better engagement from frontline staff? Do you want to see increased reporting of near misses and safety observations? Do you want faster closeout of actions or fewer accidents and reduced absenteeism? Do you want to see less time spent on admin tasks and more time spent on site talking to frontline teams? Document your goals and make sure that they're SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Following the SMART framework can be a really powerful way to build buy-in. Business leaders respond to clear, measurable outcomes, especially when they're tied to costs. Lost time incidents, insurance claims, reputational damage, wasted audit hours, and fines all have a financial impact on the business. So showing how specialist software reduces these costs will help convince business leaders to invest. Lesson 4. Identifying what's on your wish list. Now that you've defined your success criteria and identified the problems you need to solve, the next step is to create a wish list of features for your ideal software solution. A helpful framework here is the Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle. It's a framework that helps organisations reduce risk and create safer work environments, which is why it's a key part of ISO 45001. Here's what each stage means. First, we plan. We identify risks, set objectives, and develop policies to improve health and safety in the workplace. Then we do. We put that plan into action by training staff, introducing controls, providing resources, and engaging workers on the front line. Next, we check. We make sure those controls are effective with regular inspections, audits, and incident reviews. And then finally, we act. We take corrective and preventative action. We update policies and we continuously improve health and safety management on an ongoing basis. When evaluating the various software options, think about how the solutions you're looking at support each stage of the Plan, Do, Check, Act framework. Look for core functionality that makes safety management easier and more effective. For example, a centralized document management system for storing, sharing all of your safety documentation with version control. A risk assessment solution for creating, assigning, distributing, and tracking risk assessments across the whole business. A safe system of work solution for creating and sharing digital method statements, SOPs, and RAMS documents. An audit system for scheduling and completing on-site inspections to identify potential issues early. An incident reporting system, allowing your frontline workers to report safety observations, near misses and incidents using their mobile phones, including full investigation and root cause analysis facilities. A set of dashboards giving you real-time safety data, including growing trends of risk across the business. And then finally, an action management system for assigning, tracking and closing out follow-up tasks to make sure that people are held accountable for completing corrective and preventative actions. And beyond the basics, think about features that could really make a difference to your team every day. For instance, do your people work in areas with no internet access, like in tunnels or offshore sites? If so, then the ability to work offline is going to be essential. Do you have frontline workers whose first language is not the same as yours? Then support for multiple languages will help to make sure that everybody understands and communicates effectively. And how much customization do you need? Will an off-the-shelf solution work, or do you need more tailored workflows and incident types? Some features might be nice-to-haves, things that you don't need to prioritize right now at the start, but might become more valuable further down the line. For example, asset management to track vehicles, plant and equipment used in your day-to-day work. Competency management for managing and delivering certified training to frontline teams. Control of work for requesting, issuing and managing permits to work for high-risk activities. It's important to think about newer technologies as well, things like AI. Imagine if you could generate reports, summaries and safety briefings all with a click of a button, or if you could uncover hidden patterns of behaviour in your safety data that might have otherwise gone unnoticed. AI can dramatically reduce the amount of manual effort involved in all of these things. It can reduce costs and it can improve visibility across your whole organisation. And many software providers are now incorporating AI into their health and safety solutions. Finally, think about the platform that all of this sits on. Do you want a single all-in-one solution that covers everything, or do you want a best-of-breed approach with separate specialist tools for each part of the process? Keep in mind though that more specialist tools often don't integrate very well with each other, which can become quite costly and inefficient when it comes to analysing data across the whole business. Then finally, take the time to build your wish list in a collaborative way. Involve as many stakeholders as early as possible in the process. This really helps to avoid disgruntled individuals becoming a blocker further down the line. In fact, the more resistant someone might be to change, the earlier you should engage them in the process. For example, you'll want to consult frontline workers who'll be reporting incidents and observations. You'll want to involve site and branch managers who oversee day-to-day operations in the business. You'll want to include regional, area or divisional managers who compare performance across different sites and departments and look for wider patterns of behaviour. The health and safety team who analyse data and help predict and prevent future accidents. And executives as well who shape policy and the direction of future investment. With input from all of these stakeholders, you'll identify a solution that genuinely fits the needs of your whole organisation. Lesson 5. How to find the solution that works for you. Once you've nailed down what you're looking for, the next step is to find the right software. Let's start with the basics. Search. You might start searching for more general terms like incident reporting software, or you might try something more specific to your industry and sector, like health and safety software for manufacturing, for example. Check out comparison sites like G2, where you can explore software vendors side by side, you can compare features, customer reviews, and pricing information. You can also use AI tools like ChatGPT to summarize reviews or to help shortlist options based on your specific needs. For example, you could ask specific contextual questions like, what are the top health and safety software tools for companies with 200 employees? Once you've built a shortlist, it's time to ask for a demo. Most providers will offer free walkthroughs or even live demonstrations, and this is your chance to see the platform in action and ask any specific questions you might have. Before the demo, make sure that you prepare a few key scenarios from real-world work processes and imagine how the software you're looking at is going to make those processes easier. For example, logging an incident on a mobile device instead of using paper slips, assigning and tracking follow-up actions instantly instead of sending lots of emails and messages on Teams, visualizing your safety performance or pulling off a monthly trend report to highlight emerging risks. A good demo should clearly show how the software solves your biggest challenges and makes your day-to-day work easier. And don't forget, you're also assessing the provider themselves. Ask them about their customer support, whether it's local to you, and what kind of help they're going to give you during the implementation process. Remember, it's not just about buying software, you're entering a partnership. The right fit is about more than just features, it's about working with a team that understands your organisation and its specific needs. After your demos, compare each solution. Build a simple comparison matrix and rate each vendor against your priorities. Think about ease of use, interface design, the level of customization, their technical support model, and of course the value for money. Finally, always consider adoption. The best system is the one that your team, including all of your frontline workers, will actually use.
Lesson 6. Who to influence and how to overcome objections. Getting stakeholder buy-in is one of the biggest hurdles when it comes to choosing health and safety software, especially when multiple departments share control of the budget. In larger businesses, safety software often cuts across safety, quality, legal, finance, HR, and IT. It's not uncommon for IT to have a big say in all technology spending. Safety training budgets might well sit with HR, and facilities could influence in other aspects. The result? Safety sometimes ends up belonging nowhere and everywhere all at the same time. The key is to engage the right people early and speak their language. At the head of your organisation is most likely a board or leadership team led by your CEO or MD. She or he will be juggling many competing priorities and other teams vying for budgets. Hopefully, they already support the idea of taking health and safety digital. But if not, you'll need to do some influencing. Scare tactics like warning about fines and prison sentences may grab attention, but what works best is combining evidence with clear business context and ROI, return on investment. Talk to your HR peers about workforce engagement, change management, communication, and training. Show how safety also benefits well-being, retention, and employer brand. HR teams often know how to navigate budget cycles, so can be powerful allies. Then speak with IT. They'll want to know the software is secure, scalable, and easy to support. Emphasize your shared goal, a simple, secure platform that protects data integrity and works for your end users. The best systems actually reduce workload for IT teams, which should make them happy. And don't forget finance. They'll want to understand the return on investment, key contractual terms, and the impact on business risk. Show how investing in safety ensures compliance, reduces costly incidents, and lowers insurance premiums. Finally, be ready for objections. Some leaders may still see safety as just compliance, but remind them that poor systems can lead to real costs, downtime, injuries, lost talent, and reputational damage. When engaging stakeholders, always ask yourself, what does this group care about? What might make them resist? What's the best way to involve them through workshops, one-pagers, or invitations to the demos? By tailoring your approach to each audience, you'll build stronger buy-in and keep your project moving forward. Lesson 7. How to build a business case. If you want to secure budget, you need to make a strong business case. There are 4 key arguments that you can use: legal, moral, financial, and commercial. Let's start with the legal argument. Health and safety is not optional. It's a legal requirement. That means non-compliance can lead to HSE investigations, enforcement notices, and even prosecution. So ask your team, Have we had any near misses that could have been much worse? Do we understand what non-compliance could cost us in terms of fines? Next is the moral argument. People want to work for organisations that genuinely care and invest in them. Safety culture affects recruitment, retention, and morale, especially among younger employees who expect modern tools and safe working conditions. Then comes the financial argument, and this is where the numbers matter. In the UK, the average cost of a non-fatal accident with more than 7 days absence is almost £8,000. A fatality, over £100,000. And that doesn't account for all of the other costs, like the lost time, the rise in insurance premium, the extra administration, temporary cover, rework, etc., etc. Show how good health and safety software can reduce risk, but also boost efficiency and productivity. For example, if you can prevent 5 lost time incidents a year, you could save your business thousands and thousands of pounds. Finally, the commercial argument. Your safety performance influences tenders, audits, insurer confidence, and consumer trust. Many of our clients highlight their use of a digital safety platform and share dashboard data and insights as part of their tender process. The ability to clearly demonstrate your approach to safety to external stakeholders is hugely valuable. Bringing these 4 arguments together gives you a compelling, well-rounded case, one that speaks to every decision maker, addresses their concerns, and clearly shows why investing in the right health and safety software can underpin business success. Lesson 8, how to navigate procurement. So, you've got stakeholders on board and have a strong business case. Now it's time to get started with procurement. This part of the process can feel daunting, but if you follow these steps, you'll keep the momentum going. First, understand your internal processes. Who needs to sign off? Legal, procurement, IT? Map out the steps. Ask if there's a template for vendor onboarding or a checklist for software as a service platforms. Most businesses want to confirm 4 things. 1, the data and software is secure. 2, the vendor is financially stable and likely to be around for at least the next 3 years. 3, there's a clear contract and service level agreement. And 4, there's a plan for data migration and exit if needed. Work closely with your IT team to address any concerns around integrations, access control, or hosting. And don't forget your legal and procurement teams. Build relationships early, let them know you're open and responsive, and lean on your software vendor for support. They bring on new customers every day, so can help guide you through the process. The more prepared and proactive you are, the faster you'll move from approved to implemented.
Lesson 9, planning your implementation. You've chosen your health and safety software. Now it's time to plan for your implementation. Do you know the biggest mistake organizations make at this stage? They treat it like a simple tech install, but in reality, depending on your organization, it may be more of a culture change. That's why planning is essential, not just for IT and your safety teams, but for your people, your sites, and your processes. Before you dive in, make sure you ask your chosen software provider, how does the onboarding work? What's the typical go-live timeline? And who supports us post-launch? Once you have those answers, you can begin planning your rollout. A strong rollout starts with the right project team, bringing together people from across your organization, such as a project lead, often a safety manager to keep things moving, IT support for integrations and security, operational representatives or frontline teams to ensure the system works well in the real world. Next, create a clear timeline, break it into phases: preparation, configuration, testing, training, and full launch. Assign responsibilities and key actions for each stage, and be realistic. You don't want to rush through anything. Communication is crucial. Before launch, explain to your teams what's changing, why it matters, and what's in it for them. Consider early engagement too. For example, invite a small pilot group to test the system and share feedback. Their experiences can help fine-tune your approach before going live. And don't forget support. Set up resources from day one. whether that's a help guide or a direct contact for troubleshooting. It's important that your end users feel supported through the process for maximum engagement. Some software providers will offer end user support via a help center with knowledge base articles. When users feel supported, engagement and adoption naturally increase. A well-planned rollout isn't just about switching on new software. It's about giving people the confidence to actually use it. Lesson 10. Configuration considerations. Before you launch, you need to make sure your software is set up to work for your organization. Start with your existing data and decide what needs to be migrated. This might include incident history, risk assessments, audit templates, training records, and much more. Next, focus on workflows. Map out your current processes, how incidents are reported, how actions are assigned, and how investigations are carried out and closed. Then, configure the software to reflect those steps. Consider customization. Can you adapt terminology, forms, or dashboards to match your organization's language and priorities? Tailored workflows and relevant metrics will make the system feel familiar and user-friendly. Be sure to involve your frontline users in this stage. They can spot practical issues that leadership might miss. Finally, test everything before launch. Run through example scenarios such as reporting an incident or logging a near miss to make sure it all works smoothly. The goal here isn't just to set up the system, but to configure it in a way that supports your safety culture and makes life easier for your teams. Lesson 11. How to engage end users. A successful launch is only the beginning. The real value comes when your whole team starts actively using the system day in, day out. It's tempting to believe that if you buy the software and tell people to use it, that they'll happily do so, but that almost never happens. So how do you get your workforce engaged? The first step is making it relevant. Show your frontline workforce how the software helps them, not just the business. For example, explain how they can report an incident in under 60 seconds from an app, or how hazard reporting can directly protect a colleague. The key is to making their life easier so they feel engaged and empowered to report without fear or blame. Next, create feedback loops. Share the outcomes of incident reports with the people who raised them. If someone reports a near miss, explain what's being done to reduce the risk of it turning into a serious accident. When workers feel their efforts lead to real change, they stay engaged. You can also highlight recent hazards identified or lessons learned to keep safety front of mind. Gamification can help too. Try leaderboards or recognition shout-outs to motivate teams. For example, celebrate the site that submits the most near-miss reports in a month, or highlight teams who close actions the fastest. The more you involve your people, recognize their contributions, and keep processes simple, the more the software becomes a tool that they want to use, not something that they have to. Finally, don't underestimate the effort it takes. Engagement requires advocates, champions who reinforce processes, celebrate progress, and provide positive encouragement. Choose advocates across every team and empower them to drive adoption and keep everybody involved. Lesson 12. How to measure success. Once your system is in use, you can start to measure success, and this starts with clear KPIs. Refer back to the success criteria you defined in Module 1. Are you seeing faster reporting times, fewer overdue actions, more hazards spotted before they become serious accidents? A good safety platform will include dashboards that bring these metrics to life. Use them regularly, not just for monthly board reports. Dashboards let you monitor progress in real time and help you drive proactive action. For example, you might track the number of incidents reported by type. For example, accidents and injuries. The less of these you see, the better. The number of high-impact incidents such as RIDDLE reportable cases or lost time injuries. The less of these you see, the better. The number of leading indicators such as safety observations and near misses. The more of these you see, the better. Industry-recognized KPIs such as accident frequency rates and lost time incident frequency rate, action closeout rates and times, audit completion and failure rates. Look for trends. Are certain sites consistently outperforming others? Is there a spike in a particular type of incidents? Dashboards make it easier to spot patterns and act quickly. Share these insights widely. Showing teams the positive impact of their efforts reinforces good behaviours. Being transparent about problem areas encourages shared responsibility for improvement. Remember, success isn't static. Use your data to set new targets, refine processes, and identify opportunities for further improvement. Dashboards aren't just reporting tools, they're decision-making tools. When used well, they help you move from reactive safety management to proactive safety management, building a culture of continuous improvement.
Final thoughts and wrapping up the course. Thank you for joining us for this short course on how to select and implement health and safety software. We hope these lessons have given you the clarity, tools, and confidence to take the next step, whether you're replacing an outdated system or moving to digital for the very first time. If you'd like to see how Notify can help you proactively manage and reduce workplace risks, simply book a demo with us today. Our friendly expert team will be delighted to walk you through the software and answer any questions you may have. Thanks again for watching.